Okay. According to everything, I am back. But I need validation in chat. Gentle Lady says that yes, I am back. How about everyone on YouTube? Do you guys still see me on YouTube? Finally! Ah! Golly gee. Never get CenturyLink. I'm just saying, never. I've had more problems with CenturyLink than I have ever had with Comcast. And that might not be true. I do have memories of struggling with Comcast back in the day. But I just feel like CenturyLink is so bad. HMAT4036 says synth that looks like Oxhorn. Could be. That interruption was actually the Institute. They came and killed me and replaced me with a synth. So I am actually synth Oxhorn. Let's go grow some amazing crops. Gentle Lady says, so what happened? I wish I knew. Here I am in the middle of a nice conversation, and then the chat is working, but I start getting these messages saying, cannot connect. But the chat is continuing to work, and I'm having conversations with everyone on both Twitter and Twitch, but the video isn't working. And then the video slowly stops working, and then the chat stops working. And then everything stops working. It's weird. I mean, you'd think that if I lose connection, everything would shut off at once. DJ says, that's exactly what Synth Oxhorn would say to throw off suspicion. Indeed. Ah! Skelter says, does that mean Synth Oxhorn will be better at Overwatch? Maybe. I'm getting better at Overwatch. Though I don't know if I'm going to have time for it tonight. It's already 8:30. And I got to get ready for my flight. So probably no Overwatch tonight. I'll stick around for a bit longer. We can smoke this cigar and then I'm going to log. No Overwatch tonight. Just don't have the time. Alan says, Gavin sabotaged you, Ox. I know it. He was getting revenge for not being able to watch cartoons. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Robin says, just sleep on the plane, Ox. Yeah, but it's only a 3-hour flight for me, which is not that long. I would only get 3 hours of sleep. Plus, I snore really loudly. So, I'm pretty sure that I would anger my fellow passengers. Greg Hartung says, at the very least, shall we resume our smoke ship tradition? Indeed, at the very least, we shall resume our smoke ship tradition. Roldan1988 says, Oxhorn, how do I find you on Twitch? What's your username? It's just Scotch and Smoke Rings. Just Google Twitch Scotch and Smoke Rings, and you'll find it. Gentle Lady says, Gavin has Elder Maxon's haircut. No, he doesn't. Elder Maxon has a hipster haircut, where half of it is shaved and then flipped over with a lot of gel. Almost as if he was designed by people in 2016. Not in the post-apocalypse. Cigarak says a 3-hour flight that could be a 3-year stretch on some deserted city. Yeah, well, what was it? A 3-hour tour? Gilligan's Island? The remote donut says Ox is your settlement recruitment beacon getting power. Which beacon? I've removed the settler recruitment beacons from many of my settlements just because I have all of the settlers I need. Imagine Justin says, wait, who is Elder Maxon? Sorry, I see a lot of people talking about him. He's the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout 4. A very polarizing figure. Sydney asks, hey Oxhorn, what's your favorite settlement? Mine is Hangman's Alley. Great question. I really enjoy Hangman's Alley too. There's a wonderful mod that you can download, and I'm going to be reviewing it in the future, that allows you to have access to the loft apartments right above Hangman's Alley. And you can gain access to them from the alley. So you enter the alleyway, you find a stairway that leads up into the apartments, and you can build there like a regular settlement. I plan on installing that mod and reviewing it because I think that really opens up Hangman's Alley and makes it just so much more neat. But it's a cool settlement even the way it is. I really like... Well, my home base is at Kingsport Lighthouse. I just love the lighthouse. So I'd say that's probably my favorite settlement. Sean says, hey Ox, I love the videos. Thank you, Sean. Pleasure to have you on the program. DJ says, that sounds like a great mod. I can't wait to try it. Yeah. You know, there are so many different mods that pop up on the Nexus, allowing you to build here or build there. And they start to all become the same over and over again. Okay, yes, I can build at the Everett Green Trailer Park or whatever it is. Okay, sure. But then every now and then you'll find a unique gem that the mod author was really creative and opened up something that you've always wanted but you never knew you wanted. And that's the way I feel about the Hangman Alley apartment loft. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that mod. Scandalous. Scandalous. We can't drink straight from the bottle. We're not hobos. Dr. Laborious says, hey Oxhorn, you should turn the abandoned subway station in Vault 88 into a shopping mall or a marketplace. That's a good idea, but the problem is that first of all, you can't scrap the subways, the broken subway cars. And secondly, settlers just don't go down there. I already tried. I put some guard posts down there, and the settlers don't walk down there. Poela says Old Longfellow's Cabin is the best. I also really like Old Longfellow's Cabin. So much potential there. The way I did it with my build is I just built a cabin for each settler. overlooking the path that winds through the settlement. It's really nice. Robin says, is the Scotch tonight Johnny Walker's? And no, tonight the Scotch is Glen Cullen, aged 10 years. A fine mid-level Scotch. The Cookie God says, I love your videos, Oxhorn. Thank you very much, Cookie God. DJ says, I think the subway would be a great place for some Raider-themed decorations and items. Yeah, it would. You could put some of those tarps in there, those poles. I think you have access to building some poles with skulls on them and stuff like that. Sadly, there aren't a whole lot of really good Raider decorations that you have access to. Though I'm sure that after Nuka World, we'll have access to quite a few. Imagine Justin says, Yar har fiddle-dee-dee. If you love to sail the seas, you're a pirate. Yar har fiddle-dee-dee. Being a pirate is alright for me. It's so weird that pirates are now seen as harmless little children's stories. It's like 100 years from now, we're going to have these TV shows called Drinking Tea with ISIS. Little kids will walk around on Halloween with fake bombs strapped to their chests. Rockin' Robin says, Oxford, have you tried putting weightlifting in the subway to kind of force people there? No, I haven't, but, you know, I've got my weightlifting equipment in the gym that I built in the North Sector, and the settlers don't even go there. Robin said, I've been on this Islay lately, Jura and Lefroig. I've had both of those on the show before, and they're fine scotches. Sydney says, Oxford, look up the pirate musical, please. I will look it up. Are you talking about Gilbert and Sullivan? The Pirates of Penzance, or are you talking about something else? Oh, I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. Or are you talking about something else? Alan says a Raider option is now available as its own category in the workshop, so I assume new items will be added. Hey, that's great. That's what I thought would happen anyway. Fred Chief Lich says pirates are still a thing that just carry assault rifles. That's true. That's true. Poelaha says a patch will fix that NPC problem. I hope so. There are a lot of NPC problems that Bethesda has not fixed yet. But who knows? Maybe they'll fix this one. The Cookie God says, do you play Fallout on any other system? No, I don't. I bought Fallout for my wife on Xbox One. At the time when it came out, you know, it was really big. She said she was interested in it. So I bought her a copy, and she's never played it. It's not her kind of game. So I bought it for myself on the PC, and it's all been history from there. Dr. Laborious says, Oxhorn, what time are you in? I am on Pacific time zone. West coast of the United States of America. All right, ladies and gents, it's that time. I need to end the broadcast for today. As I said earlier, we won't be doing Overwatch after the show today just because I got to get ready for my trip. So no time, sadly, to do any Overwatch, but be sure to tune in next week. We will do Overwatch. And maybe something else like No Man's Sky. Who knows? So, let me, if you have a smoke ship for me, please let me know now. So you live either in California, Washington, or Oregon, says M. Yes, I live in Washington. Whoa! Greg Hartung has a smoke ship. Panic and peril ensues as Oxhorn is held captive on board a soaring solar-powered sky fortress that is Dalazan. Being chained down by strength-sapping shackles, he is powerless to resist the unimaginable torture of the anti-meat mechanical millennial mob dishes out on him. They began by piercing several IV needles under his fingernails. And injecting 100% organic cockroach milk, courtesy of the secret vegan society of Undercity, into his unwelcoming body. Greg Hartung, what on earth is wrong with you? Your smoke ships are becoming graphic. The Bancy Fadger says, the globe is hit by a cigar shortage, leading Ox and the fans to a summit for resolution. Ox announces the only hope is a lone Kentucky Leaf cigar, hidden in the darkest corners of his humidor for a quarter of a century. The fans combine the cigar, some minty rum, and a wet sock. The vile concoction opens a portal to an airship where all things classy were being hauled away by elven pirates in a bid to throw the world into chaos. Oxhorn grabs the nearest Cuban and dismantles their forces by bringing to life an army of horde frigates. When the battlefield clears, the world moved into an age of peace and prosperity, with Oxhorn even being awarded a lifetime supply of whiskey and cigars by the great state of Kentucky. Nice. I like it. Sydney Aldrich says Greg Hartung's smoke ship sounds like a steamy romance novel. Greg, I did not see part 2 of your ship. No, you need to paste it again. I didn't see it. Part 2 of Greg Hartung's smoke ship. In addition, they forcibly pry his mouth wide open and blow smoke from cigars crafted out of wet toilet paper, wet socks, and toothpaste down into his lungs until they turn into a nightmarish hue of black. Lastly, they force-feed Ox with their most dastardly instrument of torture yet, an 18-inch lung supplement pill filled with guacamole, crafted with the power of 3D printing. As he struggles to breathe with his deteriorating lungs, he thinks to himself, all this for calling Reaper their edgy lord and savior a whiny emo? Greg, what have I done that you would hate me so much to paint this picture? This picture of torture. All right. Is that everything? 0 for 17 says, what, is this Saw now? Yeah, that's pretty creepy. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, great smoke ships all around. We're going to... I think we're going to go with Bancy Fadgers today. Greg, your smoke ship was very creative, but filled with disturbing imagery. And this is a family show. This is a family show. Pills filled with hummus? Gosh, that's graphic. Oh, guacamole, even worse. Avocado. Ugh. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go with Bancy Fadger today. Pay close attention, because if you blink, you're going to miss the smoke ship. And you're going to want to get your screenshot button ready. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Ah! For the briefest of moments before your very eyes was a diorama painted in smoke of everything that the Fancy Badger just said. I would repeat it, but I don't need to because you just saw it. And the painting itself is descriptive enough. Greg Harding says, I still feel fulfilled. Yeah, I'm sure. You just wanted to get that image of torture out of your system. I don't know what I did to you, Greg. But I'm sorry. Roldan 1988 says, good night, Oxhorn. I had a great time on the show today. I hope to catch the next one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this show is coming to an end, but be sure to tune in next week, same Ox channel, same Ox time for Scotch and Smoke Rings episode 368, wherein which we will do a number of great things, including, quite possibly, play some No Man's Sky. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Be sure to tune in next week, and as I say every week at the end of this fine program, be sure that each and every one of you stays in his or her way classy.